This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2004 GMC 2500. It's a crew cab, short bed. It's a Duramax, 6.6 liter Duramax diesel 4-wheel drive, SLE, which is cloth, 171,000 miles. We purchased it directly from a dealer here in Tucson. They took it in trade. They would have loved to have put it on their used car lot, but they can't get financing for used car customers when they have over 100,000 miles. And we are able to find people on the internet who have money to pay cash. Therefore, we have the vehicle. Anyway, I'm going to walk around. I'll show you what's going on here. My job is really to point out what's wrong more than what's right. So if you buy it and pay by wire and ship, then when it gets to you in Nebraska or Michigan or Germany, we sold a few there. South America, sold one to the some DIY show that's on cable. Forget what it is. Oh, House Hunters International. That's what it was. Anyway, the tires are all about the same tread. I would say they're probably 30%, maybe 40% tread. Little stuff like this. Obviously, an 04 is not going to be cosmetically perfect, but actually, for an 04, a couple little chips down here. For an 04, it's not too bad. Got some high-speed rock chips. Somebody's tried to do a little touch-up and done a very poor job of it. If you actually took your time and did touch-up correctly on this, it would probably help quite a bit. To clean it up, it would be very easy. Rock chips here. I mean, I'd spend $9 on a tube of touch-up paint and make it look like 200% better. Why didn't we do it? A lot of times we like to sell vehicles exactly the way we get them, just so you know the condition, and there's no, unless we paint the whole vehicle, we usually stay away from doing any touch-up. That way you can see how we got it and get an idea of the condition of it, make more of an informed decision for yourself. I'm told that both telescoping mirrors don't work. These things are not worth replacing. It was very poor design. They're supposed to come out. They're very expensive. They're like $4.50 a piece. I do not recommend getting them. The mirrors work, but the telescoping part doesn't. And we've got 3 or 4 diesel Duramaxes, and probably, I'm sure all of them have at least one mirror that doesn't work, telescope. So obviously they had a problem. I'm told it's because the gears inside are plastic. And that is why. Obviously plastic worm gears. And I'm not really sure who came up with that idea, but not a good one. The guy who designed the Duramax motor and transmission should have designed the mirrors, and they'd go forever. But apparently that's not the same guy. Boy, the bed looks great. Nothing heavy's been in that bed. Let's see, you've got a spare tire. You've got a tow package. 2 different light plugs there. As usual, the driver's side of a truck is always the better looking side. Fewer rock chips. A blind guy doing the touch-up on this thing. Yeah, I would just get a touch-up pen and go to town on this thing for a little while and look 100% better. So I'm trying to undersell it. It's actually a very good looking truck for an 04, but I say $9 and an hour of your time would make a big difference. I'm going to look under the hood, let you listen to it run under the hood. That's the best part of Duramax is how quiet they are. And they don't break. This is the, oh, almost have the child locks on. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. That's the driver rear window. So I must have the child, I got the child lock on or something. I'm not sure what's going on. I know it works, I just made it work from the master switch, so. For some reason, I am incapable of making that work. Oh, crud. I forgot. I didn't have the child lock off, so that's not going to work either. Ugh, I'll do it all from the master switch. Oh, that's annoying. I am not very smart, and I can prove it. It's a pretty truck. For an 04, you know, even though I'm bashing the touch-up issue, pretty good looking truck. Alright, let's do all the windows now that I'm at the main control center. There's your passenger front window. There's your passenger rear window. It's got really thick tint on it, which is kind of slows the windows down. I don't know if you can see that, but that tint probably needs to come off. Let me open that window up. That tint needs to come off because that's hanging up the window. It's a Chevy, so they won't let you, when the keys are in it and the door's open, it won't let you lock the doors, but I'll demo that in a second. Alright, let me hop in here. It does have the typical peeling paint on a GM. So, let's see. Yeah, that tint needs to come off. See how it's kind of bubbling, and I don't know what they use. It's like the world's thickest tint, and it's hanging up on the rubber. Why it's making the window so slow. That's not too slow. That one. Slow that is. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Radio. Alright, let's change the stereo station using this. That's the steering wheel controls. Use these controls. What God's doing in your... There we go. Alright, that works fine. Let's go to AC. Make sure that's blowing. Get into some shade here so I can show you the cluster. There you go. Alright. There's your cluster. 171,632 miles. It does have cruise control. Obviously it's got tilt over here. Some stats here for you. There you go. Let me turn this fan down a little bit. So we have the tow on and off there. All right, I'm going to put it in neutral. I'm going to put it into 4 low. Put it into drive. And that works fine. I'm going to put it into reverse. That's definitely working. That's 4 low, working fine. Now to neutral. 4 high. And drive. And reverse. And back to neutral. And back to 2-wheel drive. Let's go for a ride. Alright. This truck is being sold on a clear title, so there's no need to get it inspected. It's not a theft recovery. It was a dealer trade-in. I believe that Precision Toyota took this in trade. Obviously, they're not selling it. Even if this thing had under 100,000 miles, because it's a Chevy product, they wouldn't sell it on their property probably anyway. So, but definitely with over 100,000 miles, they won't, which is why they sold it. So if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. Dock fees are $250. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is 3%, and you come to Tucson, you add our 2%, you're going to pay a total of 5% taxes, and you're going to pay $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price, and that's it. It'll ship out, and you deal with your taxes and your plates, whatever you have to do in your state. But if you pay by wire and ship, there's no taxes and there's no dock fees. Please make sure you get a deposit. Once we have an accepted deal, get your deposit in. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the vehicle at wheelk.com, thanking you and by your name, and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it's for sale. We do not hold vehicles. Been there, done that. Run a bunch of people who wanted to buy vehicles off, and then the person who wanted it either couldn't get financing, or didn't have the money, or their dog ate the homework, or whatever. That's not happening anymore. Not for anybody. So please make sure you get your deposit in. It's a Duramax. I just did a 5.9 Cummins 6-speed manual. That'll be slightly more popular than this one, but Duramaxes are extremely popular. I mean, it goes 5.9 manual, and then it goes to 6.6 liter Chevy, and then it goes to 6.0s and 7.3s. So this is going to be very popular. Don't be the person who has an accepted offer, screws around, doesn't get their deposit, and then somebody else gets their deposit in front of you, and then you're mad because you don't have a nice truck. That doesn't happen often with 6.0s, but it does happen with Duramax and Cummins. We have that happen a couple times a year. Just saying. Anyway, last thing is, clearly this thing is no longer under warranty. The engineers at Chevy, just like the engineers at any place, set a, I'm going to give it some gas here, will you? Nice truck. This thing runs good. Zero hesitation, perfect shifting, runs good, air's blowing cold. Anyway, so back to my warranty speech. They set it up for a certain number of miles, a certain number of years. If they could say longer, they would, but they don't know what's going to happen to it after a certain year, a certain mile. If they don't know, how in the heck do two guys who own Wheel Kinetics know? We don't. So there is risk in buying a used vehicle, whether it's got 100 miles on it or 170. So if you don't want risk at all, go buy a new one. I think you can pick one of these things up in cloth for probably 55, 60, somewhere in that area. If you want to buy a nice truck and save a fortune off of the 55, this would be the one. But know that some of the money you save may have to go into it. We tell you in our ads what they're notorious for. This one is notorious for, not notorious, but if there's a problem, it'll be injectors. And obviously somebody's done injectors, because they don't go 170 without injectors in 04. So somebody's probably done them in the past. It doesn't show that on the Carfax, but they just don't do it. So I would imagine somebody's done it. It's a very expensive repair, and you know, if it wasn't done, it would be smoking, it would be hard to start, the whole bit. It's neither of those. So anyway, please just do your homework, know what you're buying, watch, look at all the pictures, the title will be in the ad, and that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great week.